This SISU Club Champs climb event turned into something I didn't expect at all. A tough climbing course with a mass start of mixed categories, getting isolated mid-race, and then a teammate stepping in to help me fight for a podium. Tonight's race is part of the SISU Club Championships, and this one takes place on the Stay Puft Pursuit route in New York. It's a tricky course for me, mainly because there are two massive climbs near the end of the race, and as a heavier rider, those longer climbs are always going to be a challenge. The goal is going to be simple: work towards the front early and try and stick with the strongest C riders as long as possible. This is another mass start event, which makes things a bit more complicated because it's hard to tell exactly who you're racing against. Riders from multiple categories are all starting together, so positioning becomes really important early on. I decide to move forward straight away to stay near the front of the race and avoid getting caught behind any splits. We hit the first of the smaller climbs over the bridges. These are long, steady 4% climbs, the kind that are still draftable but require sustained power. I'm generally better at short punchy efforts, so these longer climbs are not ideal for me. As expected, this is where the race starts to naturally sort itself out. Stronger A and B riders surge forward and the field starts stretching apart. I find myself in a bit of no man's land, just ahead of the D category riders but not quite able to catch the C rider ahead of me. This is always a dangerous place to be because without a group, you're burning more energy and losing the advantage of drafting. Eventually the riders behind catch me and we form a small group. 2 D riders and a B rider. Not the group I expected to be working with, and actually we start working together really well. As we settle into a rhythm, we manage to catch an isolated C rider ahead of us. He tries to break away a few times, but each time we manage to reel him back in. The group's working really well together, and for a while it feels like we might be able to hold this pace until the finish. Then we hit the first of the big climbs. This is where the race really changes. The B and C riders pull away on the climb. I stick with the D riders for the first half. But halfway up I decide to push on alone and trying to bridge the gap. I increased the pace and pushed over the top of the climb, about 8 seconds ahead of the D riders. It's a small gap, but enough to give me a bit of breathing room. On the descent, I get some recovery, but it quickly becomes clear that I'm going to be on my own for the rest of the race. With no one around me, I start to think about the race as an individual time trial. Hold steady power, stay focused, and just keep moving forward. The next C rider is about 40 seconds ahead, so realistically catching them feels unlikely at this point. Then something unexpected happens. I notice I'm catching one of my SISU teammates, M. Scarpa. And then he sends me this message. Do you want to try and catch the guy ahead? He seems like he's in P2. He hasn't dropped back because he's struggling. He's dropped back to help me. And I'm actually sitting in P3 in my category. I hadn't even realised. I gave him a thumbs up and we start working together immediately. We hit the big climb for the second time and Scarpa starts pacing me up the hill. I sit in his draft while he sets a steady tempo. With his help I get up the climb much quicker than the first time around. Unfortunately, P2 has extended the gap to over a minute, but the goal is now clear: secure P3. Scarpa continues working with me for the rest of the race, taking turns, pacing the flats, helping me hold my position all the way to the finish line. And this is what club racing is really about: teammates supporting each other and pushing for the best possible result. Across the line in 27th place overall, and 3rd place out of the 7 riders in my category, a podium in the SISU Club Champs. And a huge thanks to Scarpa for the teamwork. That result definitely wouldn't have happened without him. This is what makes club racing so good on Zwift. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and follow the journey. See you in the next race.